Happy Sunday morning. This is just a really super quick video to show you what I've been doing. I needed a new batch of comfrey oil, and I picked a lot of the stalks and leaves from my multitude of comfrey plants that I have out front. I have them everywhere. So it's good to have that kind of abundance, but most of them are over in that section over there, and there's some in there, and actually they're coming up everywhere in the garden. So I can, there's another butterfly. I can pick them like anytime. And they seem to spread via seeds too, which I didn't think was the case. I had read someplace that they don't do that, but mine do. Anyway, so I needed a new batch of comfrey oil, and usually what I do is I pick the stalks and I just kind of lay them out and let them get a little bit dry. This time they got a little bit more dry than usual. Sometimes I only leave them for a day or so, but I had them downstairs by my humidifier. Just on a drying rack, and they dried nicely, but they still have a lot of that green in them. So yesterday I took one batch and put it in oil, and I do a double boiler method where I just keep it at a low simmer, barely bubbling, because I don't want to cook the oil, but I do want to extract all that goodness out of the comfrey leaves. So I get it up to just a low, very, very low simmer, and then I leave it for 45 minutes and come back and just kind of stir it a little bit, move it around, make sure that the leaves are getting well integrated into the oil. And some people do it in a, what do you call it, a crock pot, but I've found this way to be actually easier. And so last night I took that first batch and I strained it. I didn't try to press it in a way that I got all the little fibers out, because I knew I was going to do a second infusion this morning. So last night I just strained out the bulk of the stuff, and I left it in this overnight, just covered after it cooled off, just covered with a little pot lid, like that one, I think. And so this morning I got up and I had already kind of squished up these leaves and gotten them broken up and just kind of put a lot of my own healing energy into the leaves. And so this morning I went ahead and did the same thing. So I already had the oil here, and I did a second infusion. And what I have found, I don't know if I can show you this. Let's see if I can show you. I'm going to strain it later. Once it cools, I'm going to take a cloth and really squeeze out all the goodness. But I want to see if I can show you that color. So see that bright green color? I love to get that color in my comfrey oil. And so that's what happens with the double infusion. So I will let that cool off and strain it out and put it through a cloth and squeeze it really well. And I might take part of it and put a little bit of, I've got some of those beeswax, what do they call them? Pastels, the little tiny, like, they're not lumps, drops of beeswax, which incidentally I also use sometimes. It is also used in making encaustic medium, but I haven't been doing any encaustic right now. So this is my comfrey oil. I'll add a little bit of beeswax just to get it a little bit firmer, so that when I use it on my skin, it kind of stays on it. It isn't just greasy. I wanted to put some calendula in it, but I didn't have any calendula, and I'm getting low on the comfrey salve I have right now. For any areas that I'm using it where I have like tendon pain and that sort of thing, I'm adding a little bit of frankincense essential oil. but some of it will be used on more sensitive parts of my body, and so I don't want to put any essential oils in that. So yeah, so comfrey oil. I love making it. It smells so good. Oh, it smells so nutty and earthy and all of that. That's it. Bye-bye.